But I think the Madrid team ne ekwa baba be si say players na nkasa na omo pick and choose games omombo any day omo be ba bebo.
Me share Real Madrid for account bi ana ewo tier ne so ne nsema na omo keka. Malusu ade no ya ba be that top. Munye din na mo na ho na be there and suffer because you are destined to lose this title race.
Player would never turn so a Rudiger. It appears to me he was thinking about the Champions League instead of the league game now or one. And we a coach now we're doing the next game instead of the current game. No, we said the current game now will consequences are only a good coach.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to MYBET.AFRICA TV. Of course, Ocean was Street is watching because this time around partnership now a fasa and we think about bet na yes fasa. That's a bar. Bars. Yeah, there are two. Now, you about try see the review weekend games, big week. It has been a big weekend. Well, Yambo Laliga anyway. Now, a Honsun sense no home come on sweat there. Use atadwe oteda. Yeah, Mofa me krama na osano. Yeah, Mofa nto why. Aha. Que bruto, tu podes ter muito na conta, mas nunca chega mesmo assim. Tá com uma dança, vou ter cobrança. Queca no mundo, mas responde só. Não me dê que because people die every day. Abuani nimsapa o. Unimsapa. Saturday games ko so La Liga. I think one of the games I'm starting here mehwe Oviedo ene Sociedad game no. Mehwe onipa kwesisibu a o say kwesisibu etimi eje pa oye interceptions more. Say Frankie Dion. Urebi.
Mehwe game.
Urebi baby ana kwesisibu nam. Yasi de Yakupo open the no kwafo. Enye and I'm starting here because that may try for a year Osasuna and Real Madrid game na because Osasuna go home to Real Madrid and at the end of the day no almost share a year 2 as to Madrid and so be share back up. Vinicius Junior born home in 73rd minute no be no or they go no ebe share kama pa ema mo na efe pa. But predictions proud to the game. Vicente Kan o se budime oboni di se sakwa no o ye den and raw starts the go home I say budime mu hwe ni ye ampa penalty 39 twitwi ni kan question na ham na atra na aka say our for person James Octopus ni say dey Vicente Emfaman Octopus na Emfaman him say we hu ade bi wo sunsun mu wiase. Then the influences are
but DJ you see sometimes so who preview games are medican can say but the man and yeah the first time watch Madrid new or 34 years so a Liga no I think no one of these teams or Bob Mayuka now Bob 4 years and so Oba Osasuna into a Liga no almost 8 to 9 seasons or La Liga new like experience and I don't say, me sure say Black Stars, you call World Cup now, the Bishan, he's very a good area. And or say, on starting season, he injuries in one. But the last 5 games before Madrid, then, I share 5 goals. Indeed, your strikers been her. Honestly, also Shabasa or Tai Shabasa.
David.
Oh, yes, or Shabasa. Last season, or Shabasa.
In CBA.
So what I say, indeed, need 5 goals ahead of that game and looking at Madrid defense now, they say, or more struggle. No, I knew that definitely was going to score, even if they were not going to lose. I think I predicted say Madrid was going to win or draw in this game. Yeah. Now share the league title race, and then they were Barca or lose. Barca sign. I mean, I thought say they were not going to lose, but then Budimir scoring, or something. Now I have belief, especially in the last games and in the record last season. Osasuna share Madrid on the share goal. Johnny do share mobia. I said she tried to Chelsea.
Oh yeah, there.
We share Chelsea. Oh, Mobio, 1 minute, 1 second crowd, but we have a shegu. That is your players who share things. Me, oh yeah, dang. Over show
2-1. Now, idea now. Who expect Benedict?
I think say share the Champions League coming up 1-0 Konya or Portugal. It played a big factor every game. Even though say we a title race at your best, there's a draw. But I think the Madrid team ne ekwa baba be si say players na nkasa na omo pick and choose games omo mbo any day omo beba bebo. There was a video trending on social media. Bob Mbappe ni Vinicius na akọbọ ho asie ho. Later na Mbappe kai so na ebo na no di mirika.
Akọfọ no beka so mo ba magnet ebobo mo nti mo bo na etwem minimum.
Share me series a
be up left side ho.
Ball ni timi box num pa na striker ni ho. And obi any one po betimi attach. And there's a young boy on the bench. Every time of finding who in the box. Yedini bebe mpa o down ebe do down be ball ni Mbappe ni Vinicius abom no me piana koto soro. No omo mienu asa be park omo abegu ase ya. So these are games you need to win. Especially what part Barca by 1 point I win say Barca no rest. Okobo Champions League no so na April. You need to win. And one thing about this game said the last time Madrid lose it was Asuna. Was in 2011. Wow. Now that 2011 you know, Barcelona and the Champions League. Ntim the man they are too go to dream kaka.
Yes.
At war.
Nature say o check uhwe mu a stars na align
ndezi an mun vantum go to dream na mun fix mu defense no.
Barca
no but say uhwe game na ye match aibo ya
Mayoka for Nasa.
I'm for
Levante for Nasa on any day bia say mo concede.
No, I'm for Levante who has and the fact that Cancelo AJ man of the match one person team say game IF no ultimately rise to the occasion because oba yen share that who ne na agudie papa but yen yi bibia ntonche at the end of the day we sure say omunya clear chance omuni keep and come motion o just say I to say ye analysis now me share Real Madrid for account to be an ewo tier ne so ne nsema na omokeka molusu ade no ya ba be that top munye din na mo na ho na be there and suffer because you are destined to lose this title race.
Hey.
Oh yes. Ya try to ho. E wo wiem say e Barca season. Ya ji bibia cap kan ho bia e beje season we. O hwe obi to say Cancelo time a obae. Any form kra no kura ansa no free malam league ni. Aba. Are he wasn't even in the top shape.
Yeah.
But see our ban. Me who say was Sunday shivers down the spine of body. Body intimin din kwasi asem. All those about the me who say was shedded din kwasi asem da. But anytime about the be na adwen so be din kwasi asem bia e obi o wa. Na even kunde kura no de mekokura bit machine to abi.
Yeah.
Adine position
Cancelo your buy oba ba ko na mpamu.
Oh. My analysis ade. O Barca. Wa me Cancelo be shi Madrid for. Say see anya bi. Ye kire problem no. Me hu ni say ye solve wie but Cancelo is a good addition. Me bo am kan chem sem bo.
Yenye Barca for.
Antimu kabi anwaro ye nkwa anim. But Real Madrid 2-1. Listo.
Yes, it was no muko Pamplona. Hono. Both Barca and Madrid nyina no. Place o kwa wo say cycle like we are ready say you are going to a place bibia betima kwatia. Especially decisions. So what I say, it o kwa I was say utumi den I prepare ye. If indeed you want to win a league, when you are going to Pamplona, I was aware then where you're careful. Those times are messy more near the other. No, so soon more you struggle there. A honey young conquer 3-4 goals. It may better me in me corner under.
Okay.
Me what mean I under because you say a honomono. And your baby a year we. One even the third goal one time I buy. Dying embers. It's a baby over show man. You don't be show 1-0. I'm a ball 1-1. And I say over show 1-0. Why you don't want say was at home so 2-0. It's all the bet 2 teams all the time piano. I can see for me new way call ma. Born under obey the over found ready.
Okay.
The reason why I make Kwanda and say, let me say Real Madrid will go and struggle there.
Okay.
So what I say? So we lose so be draw ni na. Na me anticipate say bibi sabe the base. But e kwan e fa so ba na me wo problem wo. Say we your coach. Now we go a venue like that. or selection, or changes, any approach, I was say BBI then, as a son. A venue, a wire din said the crown of Vinicius Shego. A venue, open venue, Vinicius Ashego, Kesiapa, Pamplona Hon. Or call be at the same crow, they will Shego. It means that you have one goal. Just because you know, say you have a player all the time, piano, or call a venue like that, or they will Shego. So you have one goal on. Now, how do you prepare against a bodeme or no? He would have born about 18-year box in the he's a fox in the box. That's how do you prepare against such a player? You cannot go into such a game. Now we train your meaning. Now we say Rudiger, but on the bench. Now we bought a year.
Asensio
and Alaba.
And Osabo Dani Cavara.
You see the fullbacks and put them in a problem. But danger man now born about boxing obey way no. He needs an experienced player to mark him. Or bet double up on him. Or one more deal or aggression. A player like that, I was say player would never turn so a Rudiger. It appears to me he was thinking about the Champions-League instead of the league game now or born.
Okay.
And we a coach. Now we're doing the next game instead of the current game. No, we said the current game now will consequences are when you're a good coach. You pick match after match because opponents now on any Bible born. Benfica no. Or born the first 11 against the opponent. Week now born the same week also bo. What I say? It no, he said the dangerous player. Was a sooner team body man. Now only say the strength and then say or aggressive. Boxing him and who you ding. Really no a dominant. You need somebody that Rudiger to mark him.
Who be an near day.
The near deal bet to my day. I'm matching the energy no. It was just a penalty now. Rudiger ne jinawa. There is no way Obama born not dead twice. And son will be quite clear. I'm a goalkeeper because goalkeeper no didn't trust Asensio. The keeper didn't trust Asensio. Anka there's only the Oba Opia Bede. Anka Koto, but on says Aquawi on trust no. Only that is why Opia Babonte. Because Koto will say, Bola was a what tackle born once. Now we feel one. I feel now who my born ababa from to your level obe level. And your mammy quabont and mammy pin and go save situation or by causes a penalty. Let me know what I say. The selection wise, it was wrong. And I think Asensio play an woman in Kolu. I was so called Eba and now I'm a rare. I was a Gnobino because the act of defending Unibi. He just a protocol player. Okay. He yes. Okay. Because
defenders.
Only be more basa. Only be more basa. Because one say, we are kola, right? I was say, we have some level of we should know you for something. So maybe I say, Pau Kubasi no ayakola no real, right? You know, so at least he will give you that pass.
Yeah.
Or your ball playing defender.
Yes.
It is
calm and composure.
It is a ball no cross. What they are training question. Yeah, ball no bit man contribute something.
Yeah.
Who ascends you? You cannot pass. Why? You cannot defend your box. You don't have intelligence. You see, the second goal na share no me clearly say unim nyansa. The ball he did defend it. Because player no, right? He is meeting the best goalkeeper in the world. But on angle na dano, there is no way bit Masha Courtois was our angle. So why are you playing onside? Why do you go and throw yourself on the pitch? Just go and stand there. Kojan was at the own to mean chibo on this side. So Kona Kojan can allow the normal ball because our angle no. There is no way bit Masha go free on. Okoya no kotono. And a player no, as intelligent as he is, because he knew say angle no is so cute. Oh, to me, she go fan for. The only option is obetwe abetire. And a defender no koya no koto no. Oto no hu twam anaja oyi ball ne ba se na pa. Oboto na atinim. Nti as defender minim say akola ye kire obola. Ye be kire say okwa player no especially say ball than the weaker foot so and I check the angle. Say angle no is such that on to me nya the top to corner na. Making sure say go and just go and stand there. Don't allow him to put the ball on his but also wait to nya the full glare of the pitch. Yeah. That is basic defending and we on collaborate. They say we do say stage way. Now Obama Realmadrid, Obama La Liga, Obama La Liga. Now say okwa now say okoto hu e was saa we na. What it tells me is say ball no na uni the unimbo and we cause Madrid team no severally club World Cup. I don't know you Real Madrid film. Saa boy ni yi Madrid film club World Cup.
Ni papa no virus ni papa no.
Oh na virus so unu say virus Hansi ni ball pa dey na virus ni also checking ni ball because saa boy no kotoko onya bi mo. Na mkache kotoko onya bi mo Hansi no. And the protocol no the ball Madrid no. And yes say a footballing ability ya na. Everyone say Real Madrid at this level. A player like that ebo mutim.
Daddy Kaba who say biso bati or so me Real Madrid for account na. And for person James they were kusun kakra. So so say onya bi mo.
Yes.
And na Madrid for edga. Omo say game we na nyini game. Say game bi fufuro bi kra na ye de beba omo say ye de OG e ba betuma. Yeah, but game we in the game. I don't know if someone who sang come on and equals with tea on the swap.
So almost shift blame no. Why na yema penalty ni buy? Say Asensio. Why na man second goal ni buy? Ono na play, ono no ye a play striker na on. And ono aso na call ye de. E call to no come on ye easy. Ono na man ye easy the man aye we.
Anya cover
asem. Ono ni problem ye Champions League na no believe they be also oye de oba bebu bi ni ade game na omko lose to Osasuna that's got nothing to do one player na mo lose one ni coach and at the time we Valverde crash as the free mo Valverde no e carry team no because na mo ye we bibie no na ekoyi ono na take team no e be wan say after sa move no mo dey take no oyi na free na oyi na free ma what do you expect? It ye coach in any Asensio ne mo lose that game.
Benedict.
Yes, I think they said American earlier no game Champions League no too much.
Yeah.
And of course you game no and at least to kind as a coach offer the game by game. A title race now 1 point ahead of Barcelona. Uwinia or the pressure to them so in their game they will play. But say uko lose the album say anything they do they go ahead of you. I think Carvajal issue no in their Champions, I think a game before their Champions League game, Bobby, and on the pitch, complaining to one of their top staffs, and in the Champions League game, something similar. I think, say, from a side, Philly say, World Cup season, and in the Spanish team, at that right back position, Ushe, as a now, play a bit now competing Pedro so he needs more game time, especially towards the World Cup. But I think, say, Ushe coach needs to the way of person Carvajal needs our energy after coming back from an injury. So these are games I know person trying home. But I don't see anything wrong or game. He came in and did the basics. So as a defender, the basics in him Carvajal. But maybe at the level line in him from seasons ago, say me running up and down the pitch because he's coming from injury. So I think say the time Beba, there'll be crucial games that they will need him in the Champions League. Who's go no share against Dortmund, which gave them the Champions League, So there will be crucial games that they will need that experience. As a player, they are tunable. There will be games that they will need Carvajal in their team.
Okay. Real quick one, Vicente. Now, Barca, and so a boy, Barca ne Levante game. Now, idea will be predicted say be tumre, and of course, ye tumre ne come up miensa nefe. You set up any squad the boy was quite different from previous games and going into the game now me stories. I mean, I was reading online, say team Nankasa a share twice. Now, first one a general meeting, and the second one was specifically technical meeting on why we are conceding a lot. And Oshemwa a true Nancy Basai ye conceding goals to oh ye 2B. But ye Levante, you know, people are saying say ye be who the true impact of meeting now. It was say it should be a bigger team. Then me basa semno pieba, and I say Levante form. Na omunai ye left one ne gu park and so na then because they were also shooting. So you look at the stats before I say you look at the stats, and in the first half alone, Levante 4 ball, 2 shots on target. 2 shots on target too. Second half of the game, they also had I think they had 3 or 4 shots on target. And you ask yourself, say, when you say meeting aswaba mfasua na.
Is it DJ? The last time I come about this Barca issue, I cover Frankie Dion not being a ball winner. You see, Madika can say Hansi Flick no, the high line no. Yes, about Barca my best at you. Their coaches on board high line. Even at some points, Jurgen Klopp at Liverpool no about high line. You see, Barca there is or no bar. They be all have more. I check Barca hit map. They always hit map will be an opponent and a half. I saw red. So Levante upper teams back come ball block this is if they will have 10 men. I mean behind the block. And Barca don't only know what San pay. Hansi Flick San pay. And when you say Barca will play in the high line or ball or born a high liner. Unya bona he will make sure that you even create 3 a string of 4, 6 passes and they go create chances. And you know, if Obon a high line, no press you. Now Jibona 30 seconds no asaja. Unya chance no na shot.
Yeah.
And the least chance na binyano. That is where I'm a shot stopper. Aba. The least chance na binyano. Look at even Barca games of Malusuni this season now. Opponents no end apart from fans Chelsea or dominating game no in some ways because he had players no meet my BT Barca press no. He had players or meet my hold on to the ball. Or no Shebi Sadia or Bebre. Tough game against Madrid. Or share team ultimately beating the press no bakumi and then you have players who can take on players. That is so you can head them. Last season Barca and Madrid boy na kill Mbappe kwanya offside nine. Because they are not focused on who kill Mbappe no. They are hoping say the midfielders and the attackers will press and win. When they defenders, they're taking a line. It is a Ubona Rania. Uber ran the ball, no, either Sebe come in and Rebecca flanks. And Chrono, not Omama bad, you recover. So Omama, they know he always wants to score because I mean, what is the essence of winning the game? If you score more goals, say share 5, not share 4. At the end of the day, 3 points in here. So Medika can Hansi Flick the idea. Or no, Sharon the game planning working perfectly. He can keep a clean sheet. But the movement, that shoot on target. If I think there was, especially in the first half, there was some Bobia Levante for the announced a player a quick pass, S-boss partner commercial. But he delayed. Or delay is after nothing. Eric and San Kubasimo. I recover. Then are you too late? In the Basana there. And you say Mumit na moya, but Munkoshia intimate Munkoshia tikwa. Obesha Umit na oye any day. But I mean, some awareness be there then. Okay. They are back. But especially second technical meeting. Yes, and the awareness about, but that meeting is not going to solve who goes now consider no. It has a typical of Hansi Flick team.
Please do.
Oh yeah, of course, we are Levante any chance, especially Barca coming back from disappointing the defeat against Girona. There was nowhere. I don't think so.
Kundi.
But yes, I feel say yes. That ball was but a game I question Barca dominating and I said Barca winning and cannot win deserve so come maybe the best should have been a draw in that particular game. And as Omunya as a victory. So you expect after Madrid so as I could drop a point, you know. Who's Madrid that drop a point. So there was no way Levante had a standing chance. So now Barca Asabe and look dangerous the Real Madrid because they are having their their big guys back. Omo kura team, omo the embodiment of the team, the soul of the team. I hear Raphina, Pedri, and Dion.
Yeah.
So three players we omo the soul of the team, and I think say at this stage now, omo ba ya so no Madrid for na aye den Lucy omo top sport no. I think that is going to be a very difficult comeback for Real Madrid.
Title race, no who is a bear and the same, Benedict.
I think Oshe Lamineyamal Kwani, they are likely to be League. No. Real Madrid side, no. On the pitch, a lot of problems. Coach needs to original touchline and compared to Nyama Ye, so about any problem. So it will Real Madrid, I'm sure they will get to lose 1 or 2 games before the end of the season. Barcelona, or Adebakwe beat me Barcelona when the Champions League starts in March for them. They will get a difficult opponent to play.
Villarreal.
No, in the Champions League.
Yeah.
No, in the Champions League, they have no draw. No.
Okay.
So after the draw, no. So we have an easy team in that round of quarterfinals now to help ease them in the league. A very difficult game, yeah. And now the possibilities now by Paris Saint-Germain in Newcastle. Into Muba Kona Barcelona beat me share.
Oh, so your Castle, my boy.
Castle, Mabo PSG. Yes. Into Muba Ko and a bear way. So that would play a big role in their title race. But I think say Real Madrid are done it. They don't have a coach. The players are not taking responsibilities on the pitch. In Barcelona, I'm looking at Barcelona winning the league.
Okay. Well, you're the best I say now. Comment section ni there. You be atum. Wow. Ohwe bia ofi bia no obetumi aba and share your thoughts on any of the games you review and anopay. Every DJ Slim show no many list to well and Minua Benedict and Vincent and so as the production team no and so gina mo den in a more professional way. You be share on the flip side. Near said in Komobo. Aha, I am MYBET.AFRICA. Unya cha ubedi.